It's me, Maja and welcome to another Maja's Repaints. Have you ever bought a cheap doll with these strange pets? I got it in Poland because of how hilarious and weird this looks. This is, I think, a poodle. Some purple poodle, but the head is blue. And very, very, very squishy. But the body is hard plastic. So, yep, that's hard plastic. It is weird, but that's the reason why I chose to buy the weird pet with the doll. Although the doll was more normal looking, the pet was like, what is this? So I bought it for this video in Poland because what kind of a mutant of a poodle is that? What happened to it that it mutated like this? Squishy head, blue head, purple body, purple hair. Although the hair is fine, but it holds fine, but I just don't want these rubber bands in it, so... Oh, I spoke too soon. As soon as I removed them, there's a purple chunk of hair coming off. So if you buy this for your children, if you manage to find it, then that's something to keep in mind, because it is like made in China, very, very cheaply, so that's what I get it. I bought three fake dolls in Poland for very cheap. It was like 10 złotych. Oh wait, 10 Polish złotych for one, which is like 3 points, and I bought 3 of these, so, and one had this strange thing. So we took the rubber bands out of the hair and it's staying up in those ponytails. Okay. The face makes it look weird. So I may do something. And I'm debating on should I make it a blue or a purple pet, because that looks like a walking identity crisis of a pet. Or should I remove that hair? I don't know. To root it in, but maybe it's easy. Let's try to pull it as hard as possible. It works. Kind of expected on these soft, squishy heads. Anyway, so let's get removing. You can cut or pull it off. And now let's just remove the rest of the hair, and I'll just push it in with this tool. because you see it has been rooted but not at the back. It's weird but true. And why does this creature not even have ears? Why? I'm baffled. Let's see, how easy is it to remove its head? Very easy. So this is what we're working with. Is there even mutants that their heads do not have any ears? I don't know. But it could be. I don't even want to know, so anyways, let's maybe turn it into a poodle or something else. I don't know what this is even, and whoever came out with these sculpts. Sculpts are on their own okay, but the head just weirds it up to 111. This is obviously a fake from when I bought it in Poland, but what sculpt is it? Where did they steal it from? I don't know. It looks really strange and there's no ears. And I don't even know how did this thing get created in some Chinese factory. But yes, I got it. Like in those cheap places, kiosks in Poland. And the nose is looking bunny-like. Let's compare head sizes. It's quite... I was thinking, should I make this into a Shopkins Shop It or something? But they have a bigger head. Shopkins Shop Pet's heads are bigger than this one. So, just comparing head sizes. And there's this one from Poland, from a magazine, Cupcake Cats, and it's the same size as that. You see, I was trying to figure out what to do with it and how to repaint it. So, figuring out what to do with it was not easy. But this is quite a bunny face. So, the body I will not use. I'm only going to use the head. So, maybe next episode I'll figure out what to do with the body, because that head and body combination leaves a weird taste in my mouth. Kind of. So, I put the body away and I'm just going to use its head. Because I got weirded out by combination of head and body. It's that bunny-like nose, isn't it? But okay. I'm going to add wire into some of the holes that were already there. Already in the head for that nonsensical purple hair. Nonsensical in terms that it just did not make sense that it's there. So, it was a good purple color, but it just didn't make sense with the blue head. Put on top of it, so let's just push wire into the holes in hopes of creating something better than this. Wire inserted. I bought this piece in Poland whenever I saw it because I thought immediately, what a fun idea and weird idea for a video challenge that would be. So that's what I was thinking while buying it, because who in their right mind would buy this weird looking pet, mutant or whatever purple alien someone would buy? For what reason? And I think I want to make a different body for the head. So, going to insert even more wire into the inside. Like this. And we're going to close it with the wire area for the bunny ears. I think a bunny is better idea for the sculpt. But anyways, let's make the body already, and it will not be a very squishy body because I'm doing it with beads. So, but I'm trying to at least make it look cute enough and pleasant enough to look at for whoever is going to look at it, because that looked quite not normal, like an alien, whatever you want to call it. So whoever in China came up with that thing, what is wrong with them? Maybe that's an exaggeration. Maybe they were just trying to make profit of some sculpts and try to copy and paste and things like that. But to be honest, if people are going to buy things, at least make them look like acceptable. At least acceptable and one maybe like not too weird for some people. Okay, with some weird, but not that level. Because what was that? And I'm struggling to even have words for it. Honestly, struggling with words for it. Because what were the people behind this thinking? Because some people will think like this. I don't know if anyone in their right mind would come up with that. You could all come up with something better. Not that it's ugly, but just weird. Just weird. I don't know who would come up with such weird things, but I'm trying to make a good looking body for the little bunny. And I will be making a box fish bunny, so it will have to be painted yellow. Everything's going to be painted yellow with black dots. So that's what I'm doing. And once that is constructed like this, we're going to make some build up for the ears. But first, before doing so, I'm just going to paint it with blue and the acrylic paint. But I'll start off with white before proceeding to yellow. So let's hope that does not ever peel off, because that plastic is notorious for doing so. So let's paint the entire thing. White before going in with yellow. I always do that. Okay. It's less weird now. It's like the blue color got cleaned up. But there is some air bubbles in the paint, so I hope the bubbles do not dry like this on the paint job. I don't know why the bubbles are mostly on the head. Hopefully it will go away soon. But yet I need a few layers to pull this paint job off. There we go. Time to let it dry. It dried. The acrylic paint is not peeling at all. Hopefully it never peels off. But anyways, maybe it only would peel off if I intentionally tried to. But I'm not going to do it. Okay, but anyways, the next step. This would be the boxfish body that I'm painting. That I'm going to do. So I'm going to not only make a boxfish bunny, but also a glow-in-the-dark boxfish bunny. So I'm going to use the yellow glow-in-the-dark paint for that. A few layers of it. And I will keep building them up until it's a pure neon yellow in the light and it glows in the dark the way I want. So that's the first layer of the paint. There's still some eye molding. I'm going to debate on should I use it or bulk it up, but it's too late because the original drawing of it is actually in one of my sketchbooks, and it's used for the concept of how I wanted to repaint it. So there's the work in progress artwork. This is what I'm doing. It will glow in the dark. And it's got really small bead eyes. So the beady eyes, should I do it or go with the eye sculpture? I will debate on that myself, depending on what I come up with, because I'm also trying to balance the bunny and the boxfish feature on this thing to not make it look too much like an alien. Like the boxfish and the bunny features would have to be balanced enough in order for it to look good and not look too much like a weird alien or something that would come from another planet or something. Although these creatures do not exist in real life yet, I'm trying to make it look believable. At least believable by balancing the bunny and the boxfish features, like keep it a bunny but just paint it up into a boxfish. So that's what my ratio of boxfish and bunny features that I will have for this thing. It's not a hybrid, it's just It's not really a hybrid, but it's just a bunny that looks like it's been painted to be a box fish. Maybe not actually, but it just came out like a box fish. So that's what I'm doing. So that's the first layer of the glow-in-the-dark paint. Why glow-in-the-dark paint? I'm trying to make it look like it's a neon being that glows in the dark outside the box fish restaurant. So that's what I'm aiming at. It's not a firefly, but it still glows in a way that others would notice it. So that's what I'm doing. The legs, to balance the bunny and boxfish features, I decided to just make the legs as small as possible, because I also don't want to make it look like Uncanny Valley too much. So I'm going to be using these beads for the tiniest legs possible. Like sometimes some dolls that are human-animal hybrids. You think of Enchantimals, they're like, I've seen them. There's ways that you can make them partially, balance out the human and the animal features in a way that, but I like the animals, they come with more than the dolls, so that's what, because the animals look cuter than the humans with the animal features, just the animals themselves from that doll line. So that you can think differently, because it's just a matter of taste in dolls and the balance between human and or animal features, or like animal and different animal features in like fantasy creatures. Not just the proportions, but also the amount of animal features. So the bunny will be just a bunny with it being a box fish. So I'm not going to exaggerate the box fish features too much, with the exception of it being yellow with black dots and the legs being so tiny that they would be barely noticeable. So let's let that dry. It dried. I can still see the eye molding. I don't know if I should keep it or just get rid of it, because The eye molding, only certain eyes look good with it, while I kind of want beady eyes. So I don't know how the beady eyes would work, but I'll maybe change my mind later because I hadn't finished layering the paint. I'm going to add a second layer. The glue in the dark paint has dried. Now I'm using multiple layers of fabric to give it ears. I will add as many as I need in order for the ears to have the right volume to be a bunny. And before I turned it into a bunny, it looked like a poodle made by someone who has only heard a poodle described to them verbally but never seen an image. Not even an image of an actual poodle, but just heard it described verbally. So that was what it was giving me. So that's why I've decided to fix it by separating it and using the head and the body in separate animals, because I think it would look a million times better than what it was before. So I hope nobody will mind that I will do it, because I can do whatever I want with it. And that poodle, I think, this is what happens if you don't leave the work of choosing pieces of plastic to put an animal together. Just leave it for the professional. If you don't, then these abominations will be allowed to happen here. So that's why you have to leave it to someone who knows what animal shaped plastics go together, because these toys would be allowed to exist if we don't. So that's what. Now let's stitch that on to it. Already a big improvement, I guess, because it is looking better than whatever it was before. So let's just not allow this to happen. And I broke my needle, so hopefully I can at least remove it. Yes, I can. So going to have to use a stronger one. Overconfidence causes such accidents waiting to happen. So goodbye, needle. Let's get a stronger one for this. So let's just add thread knots in order to give it a little bit of yellow and black hair. at the front of it, at the front of the face, because this is a bit of an empty space that I want to fill with something, and I think I'm going to fill it up with that. The thread knots can look like hair, so that's what I'll be doing while I'm trying to refine those ears. And then with the black acrylic paint, I'm going to add the dots onto it to actually turn it into a boxfish bunny. I don't want too many actual boxfish features, but enough boxfish features for you to tell that this is a boxfish bunny, but don't make it too boxfish like, because with making animals like this, you have to balance the amount of one animal features with other animal features to not make an obvious hybrid. And I'm also drawing a mouth to it with the paint after getting those dots on. And I'm still debating on the eye part of doing this. Well, the eye molding on the second layer of the yellow glue in the dark paint. The eye molding has been gone, so I could use those beads for its eyes to see if it looks good, because I can change my mind later if it doesn't, even before the glue dries. Already by the glue dots it looks promising. Okay, let's just add them on to see how well that go, because the glue dots were kind of promising. The eyes look small when they're just beads. They're quite small. Is it good? Just thinking, what could I do? Well, they do look like something I could draw, so it's fine. I'm going to keep them. I now think the bunny needs whiskers, so I'm going to fix that with thread. Fix the whisker situation, because I think it will look better if I put whiskers around using thread. And now let's just fix them in place and position that I want. Okay, let's do the other side with the same amount of cut up thread pieces. And glue it to the other side of the bunny. Just get it on. Like this. And spread the whiskers a bit more than that. And we're going to let it dry. Oh wait, I may as well paint the ears yellow, blue in the dark, cause I did not paint its ears the color of its body. So let's do that real quick before letting everything dry. Done. Time to let it dry. Then after that dried, I've added more hair to the front using thread by doing knots, and then I glued it on to keep it in place. And that's the finished bunny. There would be a part 2 for the poodle body, but anyways, please tell me what do you think of my box fish bunny that I did today. Please tell me in the comments. Just anything at all was an improvement based on what it looked like before proceeding to fix this purple poodle. Speaking of what, purple poodle, should it be a new and improved poodle in the part 3? I'm still debating, should part 3 be something else or a new and improved purple poodle, because I just need time to think about it. You can encourage me to do it if you want to encourage me to do that. But anyways, bye Chef Jack. See you in another video. Bye.